Gus Edwards, 16 carries, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. JL, factor flash for the Gus bus.
Oh, the Gus bus. He does this every time. This is flash for Gus bus.
I wanted it. I wanted the fact so bad. Tell us why, JL.
Then do it.
I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be wrong again.
JL's Ravens fan, so I want to hear him out.
They're going to rotate. He got 2 touchdowns. Like, he got 16 carries, which is promising. 4.13 yards per carry, which is great. But he's not going to get 2 touchdowns every game.
But he got the first carry. He got the first 3 carries.
Take away those 2 touchdowns, and he scores like 6 points.
Yeah, take 2 touchdowns away from everybody, and they all suck. Can't take 2 touchdowns from my boy Evan Engram, though, because he doesn't have any.
Won't let you.
Can't do it. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's fact that he'll be the starter for the time being. But yeah, you're right. They're gonna rotate him with Drake, and J.K. Dobbins will be back, and Lamar Jackson's.
J.K. Dobbins was placed on IR, just as a note here. I don't think we mentioned that on the show yet.
4-week fact for Gus Edwards. Boom.
Yes.
Minimum.
You guys convinced that it's going to be the Gus show and not Drake working?
Think about people forget about Gus Edwards. Earlier this offseason, I took all the running backs in the league, right? And I sorted by minimum 400 carries, because that would mean that they have to be in the league for at least 2 years, right? Like, no one got 400 carries last year. So if you sort by 400 carries, that means they've been in the league for at least 2 years, right? And I looked at yards per carry. Number 1 was Jonathan Taylor. And he was like somewhere like just over the 400 mark because he's been in the league for 2 years. Number 2 was Nick Chubb, right? Like, we're talking somewhere around 5.3 yards per carry. Number 3 on the list was Gus Edwards. This dude,
Gus bus.
Despite, and then after that, it was a tie between Aaron Jones and Miles Sanders. But like, this dude, and the craziest part about it is that he gets the short yardage work, which usually those guys have the low yards per carry, because if it's 3rd and 1 and you hand the ball to a 204 Gus Edwards and he gets 2 yards, that's a great play, but it hurts your yards per carry. Not with this guy, dude. 5 yards per carry for his career. So we shouldn't be surprised when he plays well, right? Like, the only reason
want to see a funny. Oh, go ahead, dude.
No, you go ahead. I was like, that's why they paid this guy, and that's why when he came back from injury, no matter how Kenyon Drake played, he was a starting role. He was the big dog. So I think to a certain degree there is some fact to this. Is he going to have 100 yards and 2 touchdowns every week? No, but I think a lot of situations where you lost running backs. Like, I have a league where I lost Javonte Williams and DeAndre Swift, and we're happy to have Gus Edwards and Donta Foreman in that league. So that's right.
You bring up a great point about Gus Edwards. Like, he is just a good running back. Like, whenever I bring up Kenyon Drake, like, Gus has proved more in this league than Kenyon Drake has. There's a reason the Ravens went back to him.
They paid him a lot of money.
You guys want to hear a crazy stat line here?
I would love to.
Kenyon Drake, 11 attempts for 5 yards, 0.45 yards per carry yesterday.
Hot.
Gus Edwards averaging 5 yards a carry for his career. Kenyon Drake has 5 yards total on double-digit carries. On the same team, dude.
The attempt category be double the yards category. It's not typically what we see.
Okay,
almost.
Coop, you're given 11 carries behind the Ravens offensive line in a game. How many yards are you getting?
First of all, dude, 0 chance I get anywhere past 3 carries without getting badly injured. At this very moment, I have turf toe. So we're talking 1 carry for me. And no, I'm not getting back to line of scrimmage. Like, let's be real. I'm dead. I got to read the play right. Like, no chance, dude. I'm looking for a good place to lie down before I get crushed by a 350-pound lineman. Let's be real.